Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Myra Salcido. I'm with the University of Texas Permian Basin, and I am teaching 2 online sections of English 1301 this semester and 3 other online courses. So I have 5 online courses and British literature, American literature, English 1301, and English 1302. So I thought I'd come on today and talk about the books that are required for the course. There's only a couple, and in one of my sections I took over from another teacher, and she had listed all the optional books through the bookstore as required, and I am sorry for that. But the books that are required are Team Writing, A Guide to Working in Groups by Joanna Wolf, and may come out backwards in the video. I'm not sure. Sometimes it reverses. And you will be using that later in the semester. So it's not urgent if you didn't get it right away. Composition Handbook, it looks like this, and it would be the 5th edition. And it's really important that you get the 5th edition because there were corrections made in the previous edition. This is put out by the University of Texas, the Permian Basin. So it's the University Press, and I doubt you will find this anywhere else online. You'll probably have to get it from the bookstore, where Team Writing you can find in different places online, like Amazon.com. The other required book is called Reading About Writing. It's in the course connected to the homepage and in the first unit module. It's electronic. Bunch of us teachers got together and said, let's use this grant and make a free book, a free textbook for students, so that you don't have to pay some exorbitant price like $80 for a textbook. So it's free in the class. You just need to read it and keep up. Click on it, and it brings up the entire book, a PDF file. So that's a good thing. We're trying to do that with more books as we go create our own. So the most important thing is to read the announcements. I will try to write an announcement every week to tell you what's coming up, and try to do videos before papers are due, major projects and things like that. You need to check into the course now. Canvas shows me that some people have not even looked in the course yet. Some people did just get moved into the courses today, so they may not know they are ready for them to sign up, or they may be learning how to log in. So do check in now, because even though their due dates are a little farther down the week and next week, there are assignments due now. There's no grades for them, so they won't show up in your grade book as being due. However, you do need to post your class schedule so that I can see if there are common times when people can meet for video conferences and things like that. And I will work things out if there's not a good alignment. And introduce yourself. And if you want to respond to any of the introductions, you can. You don't need to, but it's real brief, just to, where your hometown is or where your school is if you're a dual credit student, a little bit about yourself, hobbies, just so people get to know people in the class. I have a 1302 class where people have gone overboard and they're already Instagramming each other, and it's just like this thing just went crazy, the introductions. So there's no grades for posting your schedule or the class introductions. There is for the online orientation. If you have already done that, and this is not your first online course, I just need a screenshot that shows the badge or completion certificate. and you get credit for it. You do not need to redo the online orientation. It's just so you can navigate your way around the course. There's an authentication photo that you need. What you need is, I need a photo of your face and you holding an ID card next to your face. And if you want to cover up parts of the ID card, that's fine. I need to be able to read your name, tell the type of ID card it is, and the expiration date. Because some people don't want their addresses or anything. Nobody sees this but me. And it's supposed to be accreditation. People, if they ask this, it never happened in years that they've been doing this. So it's to see that the person that is online registered for the course has a current ID and some way to identify themselves and with your visual appearance. It says have a neutral look on your face. I'm not really sure what that means. I guess it means don't go crazy with a facial expression, but I don't mind if people smile. I can still recognize them, though most people do not smile for photo IDs, so I don't know what that's about, but I'm not that concerned. So I didn't finish talking about the other books in the class. There's a choice of 5. It's the first time we've had this many, and it's for the book club assignment, which comes at the end of February. So I will need to make a decision on the groups books by Saturday and tell you what group you're in. Everybody pretty much is going to get the book they asked for. I'd have a few people left in one section. A couple people want to read My Word, Plagiarism in College Culture, and I hope a couple more people choose this book. So there are groups of at least 4. I will go to at least 5, but 4 is pretty ideal for a book club group. And My Word, Plagiarism in College Culture, it talks about how we borrow and share things like photos and icons and all kinds of stuff on Instagram, Facebook, and how the world is changing, and the culture itself doesn't perceive this as stealing people's work, and it's really not unless you publish it. And I don't know, Facebook book is almost a form of self-publication. So it's an interesting book if you want to read something challenging. Also challenging is 1984. I'm surprised so many people chose it because it's not an easy read, but it's very profound and meaningful. And it's about a dystopian society, and in a way this is too. It's not your perfect society, utopian. Dystopian occurs when they try to make a good society, but things go wrong, kind of like in the Hunger Games, the lottery, and the Handmaid's Tale, which I taught years ago in the 80s, and now it's a series on TV. So then Bandersnatch is about the Inklings. It was a writing group. C.S. Lewis, who wrote The Hobbit, and J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote The Hobbit. I just made a mistake. Yeah, C.S. Lewis, you would know for Narnia. But anyways, it's a group of men that got together and peer-reviewed each other's work, criticized each other, sometimes heatedly, but it's how their works came to be and how they supported each other and how some of them might not have gone on to create great works without the influence of the other writers. There's a lot of Christianity involved in this also, so if you like that, Bandersnatch is a good book. City of Bones is kind of big, so you need to get it and start reading. There's a lot of pages, and it has this awesome cover. But it's about runic. Is like the man has tattoos on him. It's not tattoos. It's writing with runes, runic alphabet, an ancient alphabet. And then that brings us to ink and bone, which it kind of reminds me of Harry Potter style of writing, but it goes a little deeper. And it's by Rachel Kane. And the world is taken over by something called the library, and books are not to be checked out for the populace. They are privatized. So it's got a lot of intrigue in it and alchemy. City of Bones, a little bit supernatural. Bandersnatch, a little bit highbrow. 1984, really critical thinking, and the same with my work. Each of these books has something to do with people writing in the books. You need to pay attention when writing occurs during the stories, and the course is called Writing About Writing for English 1301. So I hope I've answered some of your questions, and this video is going really long, so it's going to take a while to spool up. So I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I will talk to you about the different papers that we will be writing, and they count for 55% of your grade. So the paper's way real heavy, and all the little discussion boards and other things will lead you up to the papers. But I'll talk about that in the next video. So thank you, and get started and keep going. See you next time.